Hello everyone, it is John and Pippin. I might just lower the... Oh, here we go. You go, no Dad, I don't want to be in this. Oh, don't you? Hello? Yes, anyway, hello everybody. It is John and Pippin, who's been having a bit of a snooze today. We're moving into warmer weather. Yes, winter seems to be finally leaving us, and that. Oh, I can see somebody's not going to be impressed with what my waffle is about today, are you? Not impressed with my waffle? No, he says, Dad, I'm not impressed with your waffle. So, yes, that is that. All there with beard, aren't we? Anyway, so what am I going to talk about? Look, there's very little to waffle about this week. I turned up to a games day organised by my friend Dana, and that went very well. I stayed there for a while because I can't tolerate wearing masks for very long, and at this stage, masks are still mandated to be worn. Even when visiting people, so we haven't gone back to what we were previously. Hopefully we'll have that rescinded to only when out shopping or whatever. But who knows with the way the things operate. So that was quite good. I got to play Cartographers and Welcome to. Welcome to I do like. I must get about to getting must get a copy of that game. Hey, mustn't I? You think so? Not impressed. No, Dad, he says. That's more money to be spent. No, I've got to chase myself a copy of Welcome to and add it to my collection of roll and write games. Somebody here is trying to get himself comfortable. Now, have you finished? No, he hasn't finished. So they were the games that I've played recently. I did find a humble bundle set for Warzone, which is the Mutant Chronicles, and this is, I think it might be the 3rd edition. Haven't really had a look at it yet. My computer's still trying to download everything. It's taking a bit of time with my computers these days. They're not always reliable, so I'm very lucky to be able to do what I can with what I can. But what else? About the only thing I thought I would do would share with you some of the books that I have bought and listened to. And the first one is from an author called Dean Hennigar. And he's written I guess one of those, what do they call them, lit RPG series or dungeon core books. And this one is called Derelict. And a Derelict is the series. And his book 3, which is Sarton Station. And I've read the book, and because I was listening to something else at the time, and the book was quite good actually. The storyline this time, I was I guess a little disappointed with book 2, but book 3 has redeemed itself. So I'm hoping there shall be some more from Dean Hennigar with regards to this series. The other book that I've picked up, and I may have mentioned it before, from L.G. Estrella, the Unconventional Heroes series, which I thoroughly love. And book 2, which is called The Sheepdragon, which is a whole collection of short stories. Now, I'm only, I think, up to chapter 9, which I think is Invasion, which I'm still reading through at the moment. So these are stories that are all set before and after each of the main books. And, pardon me, it's really, really good. And the narrator, Fred Berman, has been retained to continue to do um, audio the audio work and the narration for this series, which means we've got a consistency of the characters' voices. And look, honestly, if you have not read the Unconventional Heroes series and what was the other one? Afflicted Vampirism, or Attempted Vampirism, I think is the other series. Both really, really good. And the wit and that which is in this is in that series is exceptionally good. Lord Timothy Bolton, call me Timmy, the Necromancer, is excellent. So no, quite good. The other books that I've picked up are by an author, Tracy Gregory, who is a man, certainly from the picture profile. So, and the series is called A Deck Building Lit RPG, and the two books in this one, I've read Goblin Summoner, and I've actually got an audio for that, and the audio enhances the book dramatically. But I read the book, and look, I really like the premise. Okay, it's pinched or taken concepts, shall we say, from like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that, where you've got dueling monsters out there battling the enemy. I really quite like the concept with this. So it was quite. I found it quite good. So Goblin Summoner is good. I think I'm about halfway through Lichbane or Lickbane, which is the second book in the series. So it so far is proving to be good. So I quite recommend Tracy Gregory and the Deck Building Lit RPG. Is that how you pronounce it? I presume so. The last book that I've got, and I may have, mentioned it before, is by Simon. Oh dear, can't help it today, can I? Simon Carr, Goblin Queen, and it looked amusing, and I like amusing books, and this one tickled my fancy. So I'll let you know what I think of that in due course. So apart from that, not too much is really happening. Games or new games are very slow coming in here to Australia. I've noticed that the prices are sadly starting to get worryingly high, even for second-hand games now. And that, I guess, concerns me even more, because in many cases, particularly if it's a new release, I may as well go buy myself a new copy than buy a second-hand copy. Particularly if it's interstate. You know, say it's $100 game, and somebody, and I see a lot of people going, oh, well, I'm selling it for $80. And you're thinking, might be fine if you live in the state and can, or live in the area and can pick the game up at no postage cost. But like if I was trying to buy something from Perth, which is on the opposite side of the country, I'm on the east coast, Perth is on the west coast of Australia. The postage cost just literally gobbles up any saving. Oh, hello, somebody spotted. Somebody must be going past. It's silly, and even locally where people, particularly if we're in places are in lockdown or aren't prepared to, allow people to come and collect, which is their right. They don't have to, they can say, well, I'll post it to you, but it'll cost this amount of money, because I guess in some cases not everybody wants strangers turning up to their house. So in some cases it's silly, the prices, And it's really the community that's silly to allow the prices to go the way they are. And I think most of it is this, forgive me, I'm not up with all this stuff, but this FOMO, which I think is what, fear of missing out, it seems to drive this craze of, well, if I don't buy it now at this price, then I'm not going to get it. And it's strange. I don't know. It's just one of those things. And of course, sometimes when you see somebody selling a game quite reasonably, you see somebody's bought it, and then, oddly enough, you may see the game then put up for sale again, but at a higher price. So it's an interesting world, because I played a lot of miniatures and things like that, and certainly armies and figures in that are starting to become very, very expensive. And anybody who would do the right thing, and I view it as the right thing, of selling figures or selling their armies for a reasonable sum of money, usually gets snapped up by people who can see that they can turn a profit. And well, that's just sadly the way things are. And I don't like it, but nobody listens to an old man, and really it's the market that drives what people are prepared to pay for it. All it just seems to me is that there seems to be a hell of a lot of people with a lot of disposable income. So that's all I think I can see these days, because honestly, as a pensioner, I'm lucky. I might be able to buy a game maybe once a month if I'm lucky, really lucky, and that's usually because the game is really, really cheap. So yeah. Yeah, so don't ask me what happened then. My phone suddenly decided to tell me that there was an incoming call and my thing had been stopped. So hopefully that hasn't interfered too much. All right, well, look, I'll leave it there rather than continue to waffle and probably say nothing of any great import. So I don't know what I'm going to be putting up for the rest of this week. I'm, I guess, a little not jaded, but just out of sorts at the moment with what I want to put up. So we shall see what we shall see. So come here, mate. Come say goodbye to everybody. Oh, he says, okay. You going to say goodbye? Oh, he's a funny boy. Yes, you are good, aren't you? So anyway, look, it's goodbye from me, and goodbye and good night from him. And everyone stay safe. Until next time, signing off, the Honourable John.